Candidates yet to explain how they will tackle Nigeria's challenges. Some eminent Nigerians and stakeholders in Nigeria's electioneering process have unanimously declared that the presidential candidates in next month's elections have only promised to solve the nation's challenges without convincing Nigerians about how they will go about it. This is Breaking News Network. Please do subscribe to this channel and always follow our news. Click the notification bell so that anytime we drop news like this, you'll be notified. The eminent Nigerians spoke yesterday at the 20th Daily Trust Dialogue with the team interrogating the 2023 presidential agenda held in Abuja. The panelists included the Emeritus Catholic Bishop of Abuja, John Cardinal Onayekan, former chairman of First Bank of Nigeria Limited, Mrs. Ibukun Awashika, Professor of Political Science, Jibrin Ibrahim, a lecturer at the Lagos Business School, Dr. Yetunde Anibaba, a human capacity development specialist, Dr. Eugene Onahoro, and the Sakin Karishi, Abuja Alhaji Ismaila Mohammed. The presidential candidates, including Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress, Rabiu Kwankwaso of the New Nigerian People's Party, and Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party, could not attend the event physically, but they sent in a 5-minute video recording each of what they wanted to achieve in their first 100 days in office. They all pledged to tackle the problems of insecurity, economic crisis, rising inflation, poverty, infrastructure decay, out-of-school children, inadequate funding of the education sector, disunity and poor access to quality and affordable health care if elected. After careful observation of their submissions, the panelists admitted that the frontline presidential candidates had successfully identified the problems confronting Nigerians, but noted that none of them efficiently convinced the electorate how they would address them. Awashika said, all the candidates attempting to rule Nigeria have identified the problems confronting the country, but none explained the strategy they would adopt to solve them. Candidates should tell us what they will do if the available resources to solve the problems within the first 100 days in office. On his part, Ibrahim noted that all the candidates have genuine intentions, but wondered how they would realize their plans with the current political and economic structure which concentrates too much powers at the federal level. He said, we agree that they have genuine intentions, but the current dysfunctional structure in the public sector was not designed to fight corruption and wastage, and none of the candidates have not told us what they would do about it. Also, the relationship structure of the political parties is made up of most party leaders whose interest is how to make money for themselves through patronage. In his contribution, Inahoro noted that the National Assembly and other institutions currently in place, if not restructured, would easily frustrate any government from performing. He said, candidates should tell us how they would restructure the polity in a way that would ensure an effective power revolution to all the federating units. Also, Anibaba said, addressing the issue of structure by the candidates will take more time and expressed fears if any of them could achieve their objectives in the first 100 days in office. In his submission, Onayekan, who was the chairman of the occasion, wondered if the forthcoming election would bring about a meaningful change for the better for our Nigeria. He said, a relatively small group of professional political elites have been running the affairs of the nation, mainly freely between two major political parties with no specific ideological identity, but mainly structures for capturing power for rather selfish personal and group interests. If things are to change for the better, it cannot be business as usual. There is need for a drastic change of orientation, especially in the concept and practice of political power, characterized by politics as sincere and honest service of the common good, and not as ways and means of capturing power for self-interest. Such a change will come from two, by no means manually exclusive directions. A total change of heart by our professional political elite and a new group of concerned elite citizens ready to drive the new agenda of politics for service. They would also be ready to pay the cost of involvement. Will the forthcoming election bring this about? That is the question to interrogate. Can we hope that the 2023 elections will not be business as usual? An attitude that has not been moving the nation any way forward. A former Minister of State for Defense, Malam Lawal Batagarawa, however, caused a stir at the event when he expressed doubts about the possibility of having a peaceful election based on the current insecurity and economic crisis confronting the country. Batagarawa said, it will be a tragedy for Nigerians if the elections do not hold. The current cashless arrangement and fuel scarcity is a huge challenge. The Central Bank of Nigeria has refused to extend the deadline for the change of old Naira notes to new ones. How do you want Nigerians to concentrate on election when they are having challenge with how to change their currency to new ones, which while the fuel situation is biting harder? However, the chairperson for the Northern Elder Forum, Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed, warned that the North would resist any attempt to either stop the election or plan any unconstitutional means to put a new government in place after Buhari. Baba Ahmed said, election must hold. From the way things are, it is not funny. Nigeria must have elections in February and March. President Muhammadu Buhari is not doing us a favor. It is his job to ensure that elections hold. Nigerians should insist that elections must hold. The president must ensure that there is security to enable INEC officials move their equipment, and also to allow Nigerians to vote peacefully. The challenge now is for Nigerians to raise their voices. Buhari, the military and other security agencies must improve the security environment in such a manner, and they must relieve the public of some of the streets they are living under. There is nothing to provoke them. You cannot have a credible election in a problematic and angry environment. Government cannot just sit back and watch these problems accumulating in a manner that it is threatening the conduct of the elections. Speaking further, he said, it is not acceptable and Nigerians will not accept to live under any leadership unless it is democratically elected. We are advocating for anything that will reduce the stress of Nigerians relating to the exchange of money. You lead Nigerians. You lead Nigerians. Why don't you listen to Nigerians? If your plans are inconsistent with what you have done, if there is enough new money, people will not suffer. You want people to move from fuel queues to go and vote. We will resist any attempt to jettison the constitutional means of changing the government. In case anybody is contemplating another means of changing the current government different from the current democratic arrangement that is ongoing in the country now, anybody thinking of something else should stop. The stress that there must be a credible election such that a winner will be elected. Anybody who loses election has a choice. They will either go to court and challenge it or accept the outcome of the polls. We will not tolerate anybody. That is the news. Please let us use the comment section to deliberate on this news. Do subscribe and share this news to others. Thank you and God bless you.